Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, so that means it's time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host from Crate Insider. I'm Kate Dillon and I am thrilled to be here. Let me take a look here. I've got, news Facebook. We're all challenged with new Facebook. I'm saying I don't think I'm the only one. I'm not alone in wherever the new buttons are of all the things. So anyway, I've got tons of exciting news for you guys to share with you today. And you know what? I'm going to kick this off and tell you what we're giving away today. And that first thing, I've got my little list here. The first thing I'm giving away is I have a t-shirt from my friends at LSM Racing Products. Now, LSM Racing Products makes some of the best valve spring tools, and so we of course have them on the website. Ooh, I loved it. This is that soft style, and it's a dark gray. This happens to be a extra large. So it happens to be an extra large t-shirt, and in order to win our giveaways, it's super easy. All you need to do is just leave a comment. Be here live and leave a comment, and then at the end of this we'll pick a random winner. So now, since we're talking about LSM, I always love to show my favorite tools from LSM, and this is one of them right here. I already know what's in the box, but it's always fun to kind of do like a little unboxing video. So if you actually get one of these that's already been opened before, you'll know that it was probably featured on Top 5 Tuesday. That's what we're going with. So inside of this box, and I like to show the box because not only is it a good box for shipping, but it's also good for storing your tools as well, because you've got this nice foam in there. It's got some instructions, and this is what we're talking about today. Is our LSM Racing Products valve spring changing tool. And we're gonna be talking a lot about valve springs. Have been a hot topic in crate engines for, a month probably. Just a really hot topic because they've been very difficult to get, and I'm gonna give you some updates on what's going on with all of that. So anyway, our LSM Racing Products valve spring changing tool, this runs $218.98. So yeah, really excited about it. Love this product. We do sell quite a few of them, and yeah, so LSM Racing Products. Next up, what we're giving away is I have a hat from my friends at Pace Performance. They're one of the Chevrolet dealerships that I do business with and get a lot of the Chevrolet products from Pace Performance. Work really closely with Don Blackshear over there. Love working with Don. We're going to drop in a link so you can take a look at the other engines and things that they do on their website. And so Pace Performance, we're going to talk a little bit more about Chevrolet Performance, but all you have to do to win the hat is just drop in a comment if you know what my sign said last week. So if you know what my sign said, drop that in as a comment, and then again we're going to do a random number generator drawing at the end of this video, which leads us to my big announcement of this show today, and that is, of course, last Tuesday I came out here and said, hey, I have a big announcement, and that big announcement is that we've got a racing trade show. It doesn't have a name, it doesn't have a website. I'm just letting you know it's happening. It's happening in Hickory, North Carolina, December 11th and 12th. Now, 1 week later, what I can report to you is that I'm incredibly grateful that our friends over at Daytona 1 have come on as the presenting sponsor, and we are calling this Cars Racing Show. So the website is carsracingshow.com. So within this week, we are now the Cars Racing Show that is presented by Daytona 1. And in fact, Daytona 1, I have a lot of my favorite Daytona 1 products up on my shelf back here, but one of my actual favorites, or big favorites, that I use around the house a lot is the D180. So this is great for grease. It's great for like glue residue that you've got on things. That's a big one that I use it for around my house. But it's a hardcore heavy-duty degreaser, and absolutely love using D180, and this runs $7.97 a can. So, but back to the trade show. It is going to be a racing trade show. It's cars because actually my dad and my brother had a show several years ago, and it stood for Carolina Auto Racing Show. That's where the cars acronym comes from. We've ditched the acronym, just called it CARS, and it's Cars Racing Show. Of course, it's not Carolina Auto Racing Show, because that would be dumb. CrateInsider.com is the website. I just opened up attendee registration yesterday, late in the afternoon, and we just opened up exhibitor registration on Friday, this past Friday in the afternoon, and I think we've got about 40% of the booths are already either spoken for or sold. So we're expecting this show is going to sell out, and it's going to sell out really, really quickly with exhibitors. And my goodness, we are so thrilled. I'm excited to put this show together. Where there's going to be more developments. We just released the sponsorship opportunities packages yesterday. We haven't really announced that, but there are sponsorship opportunities for different businesses that want to come on and be sponsors and be part of the show. And we're also developing some different seminars in different tracks for the attendees as well. Also, registration is free. So when you go to the website, there's a yellow button at the top that says register. Just click that, and then you'll be able to get yourself a ticket, free ticket, and that way we can plan for how many people are going to be there. You'll be pre-registered, and that way you don't have to pay at the door, because otherwise we'll do $15 at the door. So we will do free registration just for a limited time and make that happen. So get in right away and make that happen. So before I jump into the top 5, I'm going to say hi to some folks here. I see Scott's here from California, and Chad and Brandon. Brandon is going to be at the show. I know he's registered. I have Cody and Bob, and another Chad and Charles, Tony, David, so many familiar faces. I am so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. I see Danny, good old West Coast out there, West Coast Danny. He always calls me East Coast. And Lucas and Terry and Brian, another Brian, like so many of you are here. I see Mark's here watching from Memphis, and Bobby just got his first crate motor. That is fantastic, Bobby. Congratulations on that. And Mikey remembers my sign. I'm kind of giving that away. Let's see, Jerry and Jay, lots of great folks. So thank you all so much to be here. Mikey mentions the countdown to December has begun. Interestingly enough, go to CrateInsider.com, and right there it actually has a countdown timer. Today we are 80 days away from the show, I believe, if I am not mistaken. So anybody wants to call me out, feel free to call me out. So now we're going to jump into the top 5, and I've got some interesting stuff for you guys, because the one thing, there's been a major change, and we all need to be aware of it, not just for ourselves, but for tech guys and everything. Many of you know, any of you have a 604 that you've been wanting to change your valve springs. There was a stopping point where we couldn't get valve springs anymore, and they just became available. We just got them in, but there's a couple of things I want you guys to know. So one of these things, this is a different supplier for GM, and anytime they have a new different supplier, the part number changes. Now, I have not changed the part number on Crate Insider yet, but this is the new part number. We have 1942-0455. So that will be the new part number. I do need to make that switch on the website. But there's another really important thing I need to show you guys, is that these valve springs, they've been blue for a really long time. They're not blue anymore. So our beehives, you can see right here, but they're not blue. They're just I don't know if we call this a natural finish, I guess. I mean, they're still pretty. They're nice. So here's our beehive valve springs. Beehive valve springs are now available. I've already updated the website so you can order regular beehives. You can also order the matched beehives. We're in the process of doing that right now, of actually matching those springs. So it might be a day or two before we can get those out, but we actually have the springs right now, and that's a big advantage. So that is on the website right now. Now, while we're at it, so I'm going to put that in the number 5 spot, and our matched sets of these valve springs will run $179. Now, I've also brought on, because it would be a top 5 item, because we sell lots and lots of 602 valve springs as well. Has not been a shortage on those. I think we were out of them for a little while, but we've had them again, no problem. But I just want to show you the difference. I mean, since I've got this opportunity, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the difference between a 602 valve spring and a beehive. So one of the reasons they call this a beehive, I don't know if this is really translating very well on camera, but this is just the 602 spring. It has the same circumference all the way through that spring, all the way through, and it's the same height or same width from top to bottom. Whereas with our beehive, one thing that's different about these, we actually have a smaller opening at the very end. And so really it ends up looking like, if you think of a beehive in that curved shape, that's where they get their name, as beehive valve springs. So you can see that they're tapered at the top, and that makes a big difference in the power that they're able to put in here, I suppose. I don't know the engineering of them, but I just wanted you to be able to see those side by side. What is the difference between a beehive and a regular valve spring? And just don't be surprised if you're ordering beehive valve springs from us and they're not blue. You'll know that they're just the new springs. So those are the things I wanted you guys to be aware of, and go from there. So the beehives, they run $179. I mentioned that for a match set. And then our 602 match sets of valve springs run $109.75. Now, next up, I have an exciting product. I can't remember if I've shown this on the show before or not, because I just got these from KRC. I know we've done a video on these before. I've done a video with Cody, and in fact this one actually says factory sealed product, and if the seal is broken. So I may have shown this once before on the show, but this is going to be our tandem pump kit from KRC, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful, and we now have these in stock. They're just gorgeous. So take a look here. We couldn't look until I showed you, but there we go. So we've got our pulley right here, and this way we can run our power steering and our fuel pump on the same on the back of the engine. So our tandem fuel pump setup. Now the reservoir is sold separately. We do have those in stock as well, and this tandem fuel pump kit runs $1,043.74, so $1,043.74. Beautiful construction. You can see that the fuel pump is by Waterman Components right here, working with KRC on the power steering end, and it comes just like this. And then it also comes with the belts that you would need, so you're all set up for success from day one. So love that, beautiful product, and really just wanted to highlight it on the show. And if you want to see some more KRC products, I know that KRC will be one of the exhibitors at the Cars Racing Show. And I apologize, but you're going to hear about the Cars Racing Show pretty much in every video for the next 80 days. So any video I'm on, I'm going to give you some kind of an update on that. Okay, next up in the number 2 spot is from our friends at Klotz Oil. So our Klotz oil change kits, a lot of people have been changing oil, I think, for some of these bigger races here at the end of the season. I know it's hard to believe. I mean, yesterday, or is it today, that's the first day of fall? That's just crazy to me. I don't know where the summer went, but then again, I think we're all kind of counting down the days to get through 2020. Just being real about that. So our Klotz oil change kit comes with 7 quarts of Klotz oil, plus it comes with a Wix oil filter, so that way you've got everything you need all together for one oil change. And that Klotz oil change kit runs $119.79. All right, and that brings us to our top spot, you guys. And I'm gonna go and show us our top spot, and then I'll take any of your comments, answer any of your questions that you have, and we'll do our drawings. So in our top spot this week is from our friends at Kaiser. I am seriously in love with these wheels, you guys. Oh, look at this, it's like an echo now. But these are our beadlock wheels from Kaiser Wheels, and this happens to be the version where we have the black interior. So the black powder coated interior, it is an upgrade, but it's so much easier to clean, and they just look so cool. So I just love these, you guys. So our beadlock wheels are black interior beadlock wheels. They run $345. I now carry them in stock. I'm a stocking dealer, and I have several of the other wheels configurations, whether you want the regular beadlocks without the black interiors, just the standard finish. I have the wheels with the pro rings, and I have a few of the replacement pieces. Because one of the beautiful things about a Kaiser wheel is that this is a 3-piece wheel. So it means that you have an outer bell, an inner bell, and then you have this center piece that connects the two. So I love the fact that you're not just trashing a wheel if you get a dent in one of them, that you can replace just one half of that wheel. And so the investment ends up being really, really well worth it, because you're able to repair your wheels and keep them in beautiful condition. All right, so with that, I'm gonna get a couple of cards over here to Alex, and he's gonna do our drawings, and I'm gonna take a look at the comments and see if anybody has any questions here. So I see Jim is here, and Doug, and anybody has questions, drop them in here. And Johnny says thanks for the hat from last week. Fantastic. Oh, that reminds me of what we're giving away here. So our first giveaway is from our friends at LSM Racing Products with our valve spring tools right here and our t-shirt. Alex will get that for us in a minute, and then I'll highlight the other one. Bill is always so funny. He's dropping in a comment, is his comment. Okay. Will the KRC, Terry asks, will the KRC pump have to be mounted on the left? I mean, it's mounted at the back, so I don't really know, I don't really understand that question. Alex, does that?
It's in line. I mean,
it's in line is what Alex is saying.
It only goes on one way.
Oh, it only goes on one way. Okay, great. Dan says the Kaiser wheels are great. I absolutely love those. And Bill's still looking for a scratch and dent 604. We have not come across a scratch and dent 604, but keep on asking, Bill. You just never know. All right, so you have some winners for us there, Alex? Okay, great. So our first winner for our LSM t-shirt is Mike Haley. So Mike, if you would, please send Crate Insider a private message with your address and we'll get that sent out. And then our second winner for the Pace hat right here for our friends at Pace Performance, nice gray hat, is David Marlowe. So David, if you would, please send Crate Insider a private message and we will get this sent out to you, the private message with your address, and we'll get that sent out. In the meantime, you guys go ahead and check out the website, Crate Insider, for all of the fantastic parts we sell. But then for the trade show, if you want to come down to Hickory, North Carolina, December 11th and 12th, go over to our website at carsracingshow.com. Get yourself signed up, get your free tickets, you'll get on our email list, and we'll be communicating information as we move forward and keep you updated on what's going on. So I want to, share away. You also have a Facebook page, so share the Facebook page, drop in comments. Let's just spread this and get this all throughout the racing community, let people know about it. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of the show, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Have a great week.